So I wanted to start with this thing. This is not to go into a negative mindset. It's actually the opposite. One thing I wanted to talk to you about today is something that we all have in common. And I was talking about it yesterday. And it made me think, I'm like, probably something I'm going to bring up. Right? So each one of us has got a past. I was fortunate enough to have an amazing family that has been loving and caring. But on the other spectrum, there was ignorance there. They'd never been to school. My dad was a great salesperson, but that's it. He didn't have like this ambition to take over the world or change people's lives or whatever the situation was. So somehow I was damaged when I was a kid, psychologically, knowing that you just have to get a salary job. So that's how I was raised. And I was a kid, in my 12, 13, I remember telling my dad, I used to tell him all the fucking times, I was like, Dad, when I grow up, I'm going to be somebody. Because I don't want to work 9 to 5. I don't want to work for whatever you're telling me to go to work to, or the postal office or whatnot. He used to look at me like, my kid, this is not easy. Look at me. I work my ass off. I'm in sales. I'm never home. And he used to say, I don't care. I'm like, I'm going to do whatever it takes, but I'm not going to be a commoner. I'm going to be different. And this conversation started when I was 12. So I used to go with him at the sales things and, auctions and whatnot. So, long story short, they always kept me like that, tried to. My mom was the first one. He's like, hey, you need to go get a job. I wanted to go to school. He's like, no, you need to get a job. You have to have a salary. You have to do this. So I was damaged, What got me unstuck, it was a lot of self-help and classes that I went to. I did Landmark a couple of times. I don't know if you guys want to know what it is or whatnot, but I'm not trying to, preach on that. They said it's a cult, but whatever. Each one of us has got a fucking perception of everything. But all I can tell you is one thing only, which is you have to get rid of these embedded commands or this, what should I say, these messages that your parents, your family, or even your significant other at home still try to put in your fucking mind. I'm telling you, until you get rid of this and you switch, you literally click the switch and you decided to be unstoppable and literally take risk for everything, you're never going to get what you want to be. Seriously, this is a big thing. I know each one of you has this. It's this stoppage at one point because you come from a Mexican family and they still eating tortillas back in Tijuana. You believe that's it. You can't do differently because that's what your family is accustomed to. Or back in Michigan, they survive with $2,000, $3,000 a month. Dude, you can do whatever fuck you want. I know it's tough. I know this business is a bitch because it punishes you. Your actions get punished. You probably don't realize. If you slack for 3 to 4 days making phone calls, or if you go on vacation for 10 days, or you're just having problems at home and you don't feel 100%, you're going to get hit hard. That's the biggest problem about our business. There's no such a thing of a predictable income, meaning that you get a paycheck every 2 weeks. You have to be on your A game at all times. And I know all of you guys like to party. I'm the first one who likes to party. But you have to understand, if you go out at night and you drink too much or whatnot, at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30, you have to get back on your feet and start fresh. You can't afford not to do that. So, I'm telling you, number one, get rid of all this negative thoughts that people are trying to put in you. You can do whatever you want. You can literally change your life today just by getting rid of all these negative beliefs that you've been having. I know talking and listening, you're pretty much what's going on. A few of you feel demotivated because you're not where you wanted to be. That demotivation, it shouldn't be a negative effect to your life. It should be positive. How so? I'm always fucking unhappy. I have months that I made $120,000 and I was like, fuck this shit. This is not what I want to be, damn it. My business sucks. That's who I am. But I take it in a different way. Like, I just lost a $2 million transaction, FYI, which I really needed the money. Was $52,000 commission, and I'm sure all of us could benefit with $50,000, wouldn't you? Supposed to close 2 days ago. We're going to cancel. So I've been there before. It's not the first time. Maybe this time I needed more than before. That's fine. But I'm not gonna let that shit fucking pull me down. I'm not gonna let it destroy my final destination, my goal, my passion. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I can't afford to be down, and you can't either. I know you're frustrated. I feel it. Take that and put it into the positive. I'm telling you, each conversation you guys have, if you try to have 30 conversations a day, okay? And it's not easy to have 30 conversations. Let's say you have 6 conversations. Each conversation you have, that conversation you have to be on the top of the shape. Pretend that you're playing football. Pretend that it's your fucking Sunday night and you're playing. You don't play half-ass. You know what I mean? You have to prime yourself before you make the phone calls. You have to prime yourself. You have to feel great. The phone calls that you have, I've been studying a lot sync in the last few days, just because every once in a while I like to do that, because I trust all of you, but then I want to see if you deserve that trust. And I've seen a bunch of leads that were deleted or canceled, or there's no notes or whatnot, and I was able to talk to this person that was actually a warm lead. And the reason is because you're not playing the game as a professional. Simple as that. Look, guys, I'm not fucking special. Nobody. I'm actually far from being special. I'm a fucking idiot coming from Italy that came here and is trying to perfectionist every single thing that I have going in my life. Simple as that. I became a perfectionist on what I do. I play the fucking game like I'm playing soccer at the Serie A, or in the Spanish league. When I make phone calls, I'm on it, or I don't. Or I don't make calls. If I don't feel like making calls, I will not make the phone call. For some reasons, if I'm stressed out, because that conversation that I might have, that I'm running at 60% instead of 100%, it might ruin that lead. Which, if I'm 100%, I'm in top shape, I'm going to convert that lead and close it. So I'm not telling you don't make phone calls anymore. I'm telling you, prime yourself, do whatever you have to do, which includes also the role playing a lot, face off. And when you make these calls, when you have this conversation, have valuable conversations. Dig deeper. Keep on going on that direction. Don't just focus on the superficiality of a fucking script or the LP Mama that we have. Do not do that. Because otherwise you're going to be one of them. And I don't think you're one of them. Otherwise you wouldn't be hanging out with me. Because I care the people that I'm surrounding with for 2 reasons. One is because I'm going to become the average of you guys. And I'm not going to be with fucking losers. Nope. That's not me. I didn't come to this country and busted my fucking ass for 12 years and be away from my family to be around losers. I want you to be fucking winners. So I need you to really step out to the game. I'm telling you, don't work with fear, because we're heading into the bad times of real estate in the next year or so.